PayPal froze 90 days of someone's earnings last year because they did one thing wrong while setting up a US account from outside the state. Their money just sat there, locked. And here's the part that stinks. It was a 5-minute mistake they could have skipped completely. I'm going to show you how to create a real US PayPal account as a non-US resident. The legit way is this never happens to you. And there's one shortcut almost every video gets wrong that gets accounts limited fast. I'll name it before we're done, so stick around for that. Quick promise out front. This works whether you're in Nigeria, Brazil, the Philippines, Germany, anywhere. You don't need to fly to America. You don't need a US passport. You need 3 things, and I'll walk you through every one. Let's be clear about why you'd even want this. A US PayPal account opens doors a local one won't. You can get paid in dollars without nasty conversion fees eating 5% every transaction. US customers trust a US-based seller more, which actually lifts your conversion rate when you're selling online. And a ton of platforms, Stripe, Amazon, certain wholesalers play nicer with the US business identity. So this isn't about pretending to be American. It's about building a real US business presence that PayPal recognizes as legitimate. That distinction is the whole game. Do it right and your account is bulletproof. Do it wrong and you're one of those frozen funds or stories. Here's the foundation. PayPal wants your account country to match a real business that actually exists there. So step 1 isn't PayPal at all. It's forming a US company. You need a US LLC. This is the legal anchor for everything else, and it's way more doable than you think. I tell most non-residents to go with Wyoming or New Mexico. Wyoming has no state income tax, strong privacy, and the filing fee is $62 with a $60 annual report after that. New Mexico is even cheaper to maintain, no annual report at all. Skip Delaware unless you've got investors asking for it, because that $800 franchise tax in California and the higher fees in Delaware just aren't worth it for a one-person operation. Then you need a registered agent in that state. That's a required US address that receives legal mail for your company. Budget around $125 a year for that. Once your LLC is approved, you apply for an EIN. That's your business tax ID from the IRS, and it's free. You file Form SS4. As a non-resident without a social security number, you can't do the instant online version, so you fax or mail it and wait. Faxing gets you the number in about 4 business days. This EIN is what PayPal uses to confirm your business is real, so don't skip it. By the way, if you want the easiest way to do this, I personally recommend Tailor Brands. They handle the entire LLC formation for you, and they've got tools for your logo, your website, your business bank account, everything all in one place. I'll put a link in the description. Now you need a US bank account because PayPal has to link to somewhere it can push your money. Mercury is the go-to here. It's built for startups, it accepts non-US founders, and once your LLC and EIN are sorted, you apply fully online. If Mercury declines you, AirWallex and Wise both give you a US account and routing numbers that work for this too. You also need a real US address, and this is where people cut corners and pay for it. Don't grab a random address off Google Maps. Don't make one up. Use an actual US mailing address service, the kind that gives you a real residential or commercial address and scans your mail. PayPal verifies addresses against a database, and a fake one is the fastest way to get flagged on day 1. Last piece, a US phone number. Google Voice works if you can get it, or a service like OpenPhone. You want a number that can actually receive a text because PayPal sends a verification code and you have to enter it. Now the fun part. You've got your LLC, your EIN, your Mercury account, your US address, your US phone number. Time to build the PayPal account itself. Go to paypal.com and use the business account, not the personal. The business account is what lets you receive payments properly and link to your company. You'll enter your LLC's legal name exactly as it appears on your formation documents, your EIN, your US business address, and that US phone number. Here's the detail that trips people up. When PayPal asks for the account owner's personal details, use your real name and your real home country. Yes, really. You as a person are a foreign owner of a US company, and that's completely allowed. The business is American. You're not. PayPal's system is built for exactly this. Trying to claim you personally are a US citizen when your ID says otherwise is what blows up accounts. Enter the verification code from your phone, confirm your email, and link your Mercury account using the routing and account numbers. PayPal will drop 2 tiny deposits, a few cents each, into Mercury within a couple of days. You confirm those amounts back on PayPal and your bank's verified. And you're done. Tailor Brands takes care of the rest for you. It saves so much time. That's why I recommend it to everyone. The exclusive discount link is down below. Now, the open loop, the shortcut almost every video pushes that quietly gets accounts limited. It's the VPN. Other guides tell you to fire up a US VPN, stake your location, and pretend you're physically sitting in America while you sign up. Don't. PayPal's fraud system watches for exactly this. When your login location keeps jumping around or VPN IP doesn't match the real business and your banking details you gave, it reads as fraud. That's the frozen 90-day story from the start of this video. The funds weren't stolen. The account got flagged for location mismatch and locked while PayPal investigated. You don't need to hide where you live. Your LLC is genuinely American. Your bank is genuinely American. Log in honestly from your actual country. A foreign owner logging into a real US business account is normal and expected. The fake location is the thing that breaks it, not your real one. One more tip, don't run $10,000 through a brand new account in 1 week. Start small. A few $100s in real transactions over the first month tells PayPal you're legit and your limits open up naturally. So that's the whole thing. A US LLC, a US bank account through Mercury, a real address and phone, and an honest signup with no VPN games. Do it in that order and you'll have a US PayPal account that actually sticks. If this saved you from a frozen account, hit like so it reaches the next person trying to figure this out, and subscribe because I've got more of these non-resident business breakdowns coming. And tell me in the comments which country you're setting this up from. I read those and your situation might be the next video.